So what I want to do today is I want to give you a couple keys that I've learned and how we can overcome adversity. And to begin with that, if you're going to overcome adversity, you have to have a positive attitude. A positive attitude. How many know that your attitude determines your what? Altitude. Attitude is everything. If you have a bad attitude, your attitude is like a fragrance. It can either attract or it's going to repel. But I want to attract the right things in my life, so I have to change my attitude, which is shaped by my perspective and how I see things and understand things. How do I see and understand life? How do I see and understand the world around me? That's going to impact how I interact with people. Even in business, that's going to impact how you make your sale, how you do it. You got to have a good attitude. If you approach work, let's say, and I hate my job, guess what? You're not going to stay there that long. And nor should they want to have you there that long, because your attitude sets a culture, and it's not conducive to growth. It's not helping anything because you have a stinking bad attitude. Our attitude, it determines our altitude and how far that we're going to go. See, having a good attitude that will do a couple things. It causes you to see a setback as temporary. Your setback is not final. Today we see so many things as final, as I missed the mark, I failed at this. But it's not final. There's a quote that I love from, how many know who Giannis Antetokounmpo is, right? He did a great quote the other day after he lost. And he says, you know what, in life there's not failing. It's just an opportunity to learn. There's a process to this. So yes, you could fail and not achieve your goal, but you can either stop there and say, I'm a failure, or say, yes, I failed, but I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to learn from this. This is a learning opportunity. This is a minor setback, but you know what? It's just proof and evidence that I can come back even greater than what my setback was. All right? So in other words, by having this positive attitude, you have something that's called optimism. You're optimistic. What can come out better out of this? 2, having a positive attitude tries to take the negative and make a positive out of it. How do we problem solve? How do we solve this problem? So if I knew that this did not work, next time I come around, because there's going to be a next time, I'm going to do this better. I've learned not to do this, so that next time this is not going to be done this way. I've come back better than I did before. I can solve problems. And one thing that people are looking for is people who know how to solve problems. You want to make money, you want to have influence, learn how to solve people's problems. Learn how to solve problems. We can take negatives and make a positive out of it, because we're switching how we see this thing, how we see ourselves, how we see our lives. Taking a negative to a positive, but also having a right attitude. Like I said, you're going to attract the right opportunities, the right people, or you'll attract the wrong people and the wrong opportunities based on the attitude that you have. Number 2, say number 2. Say it again, say number 2. You got to have a vision for your life. You got to have a vision. Because what does a vision do? A vision gives you a glimpse of what your future could be like. That's what a vision can give you. It gives you a future. Now, when you see yourself being successful, when you see yourself overcoming, when you're seeing yourself having a vision, it's going to give you a direction. We know what the scripture says. It says, without a vision, people cast off restraint. They have no direction for their lives because they don't have a vision. They don't have the end goal in their life. You got to have a vision for your life. And when you make it a clear vision, now then you can clarify what your goals are. What's this next step? There's 5-year goals, there's 2-year goals, there's the goals that we're going to have in the next 5 months, even a goal that we're going to have tomorrow. But you're going to have, you clarify these goals, which gives you action steps to what you can do to make sure that you're progressing towards that vision. We got to have a vision for our lives. And when we have clear vision, this is the thing, it produces passion. Passion. Are you passionate about what you do? I love to say, like, passion is my fuel that drives me towards that goal, towards that vision. When I'm passionate about something, you ain't got to tell, you don't have to make me get up. I will get up in the morning because I'm so passionate about what I'm going to do that day. You know, DeVore asked me to come and talk today. I'm like, I'm passionate. I'm honored because I'm passionate about serving people. I'm passionate about helping them discover what they can do to make today better than yesterday. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about life, passionate about helping people discover how they can live their best life. What is your passion? And when you follow your passion, that'll lead you into purpose. Your why, your reason that you're here. Passion leads to purpose, but you got to first get that vision. And thirdly, to overcome adversity, we must also be resilient. You know, being resilient, that just means, you know, I'm going to fail, but I'm going to bounce back. You got to have a bounce back mentality. When I was playing basketball, and yes, I played ball. You know, one thing that they tell you when you're shooting, a good shooter knows that the next shot is in. You're going to miss the shot, but the mentality should be that your next shot is in. I may take 20 shots. I might take 100 shots and miss 99 of them, but that one shot is the one that's the next big one. I got to have a resilient mindset that says I'm going to keep on shooting. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to fail. I'm going to dust myself off, get back up again, and try it again until I succeed. That's being resilient, doing it over and over and over again. Michael Jordan once said this. He says, I have failed over and over and over again in my life, but that is why I succeed. That's why. We talk about Michael Jordan winning the 6 championships, but you don't talk about the other 9 years where he failed. You don't talk about those years he had to play Detroit and they had the Jordan rules on him, right? But it was that failure that qualified him for success, that qualified for him to win, that qualified him to be determined and succeed. Next, we have to have perseverance. You just have to press through it. You got to press through it. You got to press through it. You have to be committed to the process. Commitment. Are we committed to growing? Are we committing to being better today than you were yesterday? Are we committed to how can I overcome this? I have to have commitment to this process here. I got to keep going. And I can't quit. You can never quit. When you quit, you never know what things could have been. That could have been your next opportunity, but you quit too soon. You quit. You can't quit. You got to be resilient. You have to keep on. And also, finally, we have to be adaptable. You know what? Things aren't going to always go the way that we planned for it to go. You didn't plan certain things in your life, but life events happen. Things change. Even technology, for instance, changes, but we have to adapt to it, right? People make decisions that impact us. We have to be adaptable to change. And being adaptable, it means that you're willing to step out of your comfort zone and consider different approaches to solving the problem. Just because one approach didn't work doesn't mean I can't relook at this again and see it from a different angle and try it from a different angle and have different approaches. We got to be adaptable. And I'll leave with this final word with you. In life, you know what? We're going to face adversity. That is a proven fact. That's a proven fact. But in order to overcome adversity, we must keep a positive attitude and have a clear vision. We have to be resilient, persevere, and be adaptable to change.